We started off our day with some produce from Christiana, and now rounding some corners is headed out into the Danish countryside. We drove through some picturesque landscape, through some really well-kept fields of produce, green on the left, green on the right, and now we have arrived at the forest tower. Rounding some corners is going to try out this quasi-military training equipment that's also doubling here as an outdoor adventure area on the way to the forest tower. It's beautiful around here. I've never seen anything like this. There's so many, I don't know what even you call them, events, gizmos, pods, places. I guess this is good for parts of your body. Agility. Make sure you don't need a kneecap replacement, maybe. Keeping it low. Low rider. That's what I was there. Alright. That was kind of fun. And now back down around to the forest floor. When I see structures like this, I can't help think, but what was the inspiration for the sculptor? That's what they are in many ways to me. The architect, if you want to call them by their engineering name. What is in their mind when they think of it is there are beech trees growing up through the center of it. That's amazing. And from what I know about this forest tower so far, it's designed as part of a larger range of activities and resources here in this general area in this forest to show people that there are new ways of thinking about nature, new uses for nature. So we're going to find out how these trees shooting up through this circular structure, it's a spiral that you have to walk up. It's what's that term? It's helixical, I think might be the word for it. It's shaped like the classic female figure, so to speak. That's what this is looking like, and it's got a spiral staircase, and we're going to go up to the top. And because it's Scandinavia, everything is so sensible and simplistic. I went through the wrong one. This giant spiral staircase reminds me of going to a Penn State game and how far people walk to get to the top of the stadium. Why not something like this in the middle of nature to get a different kind of benefit? I like this idea so far. Well, these spirals started to splay out as we got closer to the top, and that meant you had a longer time to view each level of forestry as you were ascending up here to the top. And I'm sure part of what was planned was not disturbing these trees and making sure that they do have plenty of a chance to grow up here as they would if the forest was not disturbing their environment. And that would be my guess. A very unique tower, I haven't been to anything like it, and really a very easy climb, probably for people of any age. And if I only had my Segway here, I could be to the top in 60 seconds. We've just finished up this really amazing, I have to say, inspiring climb, if you even want to call it that, to the top. Rounding some corners, went to the top of this forest tower to try and get a glimpse of how they are repurposing this land, not by building industry or opening up a theme park or other kinds of nefarious things that would take apart nature, but instead they're blending nature with human activity, showing humans you can go to nature and enjoy yourself. You don't need to pay an exorbitant fee to get on a ride. You did have to pay to get in here. I forget what the cost was. It was nominal. It was like $8 for 2 people. I guess we're going to head on to our next destination, which we don't know where that is, but we're going there anyhow. This is not a place for people with vertigo. What an experience here on the forest tower. Now I know what it feels like to be a corkscrew. The only problem with this place for rounding some corners, no corners. Still, it was a blast.
Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. We are changing from a code 3 direct pursuit to a code 347. Completely lost due to incompetence.
Alright, so we're heading back onto the main highway now. I picked a spot on the map that looks like it's going to be really beautiful. It's basically a town that's on the cove. And the name of the town I'm not going to attempt to pronounce, but it's down in the southern part of Denmark on the eastern coast. And if you look at the map, there's a little cutout there where the water comes in, and the town is right there. I've been in a couple little seaside fishing villages in Denmark before. They're really gorgeous, and that's what I'm hoping to find when we get here. Travel around Denmark and you'll soon be coming to boats somewhere, somehow. I mean, it's surrounded by so much water. And this is Mr. Seagull or Mrs. Seagull. I'm trying to say something about these beautiful boats here. And these boats, you know, they give the Danish countryside an opportunity to be explored. That's what people do. They don't just get on their boats and ride around in the water. They go to the islands around here. They go to other parts of the coastline. We're going to take a walk down here, and there's a boat that's, I don't know if it's only found in Denmark, but it's got a typical shape that I see in Copenhagen, and it's what I would describe as being like a shoe. This one here has got the Danish on it, Lille, which is little Elias. Yeah, a lot of people live on boats down here too as well. You know, as a visitor to Denmark, I don't have any illusions that life is perfect here, idyllic, makes you complete in every single way. But I tell you, when you look at a country that consistently ranks in the top 3 as being a happiest place in the world, and you see all the things that Denmark has to offer when it comes to just meeting basic human needs, feeling comfortable as you're going around, feeling safe, having things to look at where people aren't always selling you something, things like that. Denmark is an extremely comfortable country, and it's easy to see why so many people smile when they talk about Denmark. We're here at a UNESCO site. UNESCO is a branch of the United Nations and is devoted to, among other things, preserving world heritage. So we're going to see what these white cliffs are all about here, if nature allows, and daylight, as we visit a UNESCO site just south of Copenhagen. I get chills sometimes when I think about certain areas of the world that are ancient, so to speak. People have been crossing over them for centuries. Like, I know this area was crossed over by the Vikings, and it's still untouched. It's still in its natural beauty. I think that's amazing that a country prides itself enough on preserving nature, really. It's sort of an old way of looking at the world, but it's an important way, an eternal way, and one that's very important in many respects. Over there you're going to find, I believe somewhere over there, that light over there might be Sweden. You can see it off in the distance. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Yeah. Beautiful, serene up here. Nice walk. So that's about all the touring that Rounding Some Corners is going to be able to get in today on the outside, as daylight is closing us down here. But that doesn't mean that we can't walk along these beautiful cliffs one more time.